Is goodbye 2017 F350. Hello Ram 3500. I've been a Ford guy all my life, having F150s, 250s, and finally the last one I had was an F350. I like the truck, but there were several things I didn't like about it. The main thing being the turning radius. The turning radius was just horrific. It was hard to park, it was hard to back into a spot, it was just terrible. And the interior, quite frankly, was getting dated. And when it was empty, it was a very rough ride. So I'd been keeping my eye on all the new information on the Ram 3500s, and I decided to pull the plug. And I ordered mine like February 2nd. I got it at, I don't know, maybe the 3rd week of April, 4th week of April, and I custom ordered it. The MSRP was $90,120. I got every option you could get except the snow prep pack, because I have no intention of putting a snow plow on the truck. Am I disappointed, or do I like this truck? I absolutely love this truck. This truck is just an awesome pickup. It's the best truck I've ever owned. I'd rate it a 9 out of 10, and I'm going to tell you what the things I don't like about it, which would actually make it a 10 out of 10. A couple of things. When I ordered it with the chrome front bumper. I don't understand painted front bumpers on a truck. It's hard to get bugs off, they chip. My F350 had chips and crap on it. If you got to scrub it to get a bug off, you've ruined the finish of the paint. So I like the chrome look. It's a big chrome look on this thing. This is the limited 3500, by the way. And some of the things I really like about it are the style. I think it's a really nice style. The fact that you can get a short bed dually, which Ford does not offer. So I think the payload on this thing in the rear is 5,300 pounds, something like that. And the tow rating is 32,000, 33,000. So it's way more than I'll ever need. It came with, I got the fifth wheel package, the tow prep package. So it came with a 30K hitch, and even though it's branded Ram, it's a Kurtz, I think, is the manufacturer. Nice hitch. I've used it a couple times. Works real well. I also ordered the beefier kind of not off-road, but more of a snow tire. It was about a $250 upgrade, which I thought was well worth the money. So now I'm going to go over the things that I like. I love the styling. The turning radius is phenomenal. It's really, really good. It's so much better than the Ford. The interior, you all know what the new interior is like. There's nothing like it on the market. It's just, it's the best there is on the market right now, and I think it's going to take several generations for everybody else to catch up. The ride quality, this has the airbags, and it's really nice as you're going over bumps without anything in the truck. It's much smoother than the F350. The F350 was really a rough ride when it wasn't loaded up. So now I'm going to tell you the things I don't like about the truck. So the first thing is these automatic steps. The automatic steps are nice, but the truck is wide, and I wish there was a way to tell it to keep the steps out when I park. So if I go in a crowded parking lot, I can save my paint from some dope opening in his car into my truck. It would actually be nice if you could put these out in some sort of half mode, so they wouldn't come out all the way, they'd come out halfway, and that way it would protect my my paint, my doors from chipping. On the Ford, I could do it in the computer, but it would only do it one time. So every time I wanted to park and do it, I'd have to go in and dig deep through some menus to get to the steps, and then I could deploy the steps. But then when I started the truck and parked somewhere else, I'd have to redo the same thing. You can see I got it with the tan and black interior, and I think this looks really good. Really a clean look. So let's start with two things on the steering wheel which I really don't like. The first thing is this finish. This thing, there's zero coefficient of friction on that steering wheel. So if you look at the sides here on the bottom, it's wrapped in leather. It's soft, and there's something to grip to. This thing here, I'm actually afraid that that my hands may slip on that thing at some point when you're not paying attention or you're not grabbing it properly, and my hand could slip and create problems, cause an accident perhaps. So that's my first thing on the steering wheel. I think they did form over substance, so they made it nice looking. It's a nice, apparently it's real wood. It's a nice looking unit, but god damn, this thing, it not only that, but also without having padding, I haven't taken it on a long trip yet, but I think it's going to be fatiguing because you have to grab it harder than normal, and there's no padding on it. So I think I don't know, I'm not a fan of this steering wheel. The second thing that I'm amazed that Ram didn't do is they didn't do a telescoping steering wheel. So it'll go up and down, which is great, but I like to have my seat back and get a lot of leg room on a long trip, but I want to pull the wheel back too, and this truck does not allow you to do that. So I don't know, they've had telescoping steering wheels since the 70s, I guess, and maybe Ram didn't get the message. The gas tank, this was a goofy thing for me. My F350, I was able to take and replace the gas tank to a Titan gas tank, and the beautiful thing about Ford was I could take it to the dealer and have them reprogram the computer for distance to empty. Unfortunately on Ram, and I know FCA is famous for this in their Jeeps, I have a Jeep as well, and they don't allow you to get into the computer or even get the dealer into the computer, and I don't understand that. So now I had to buy this special this red light, this thing right here from Titan. It plugs into the port, and then you open up a app on your phone, and it's just a bunch of bullshit to get to distance to empty. So I put a 51-gallon tank in, and I like to be able to drive more miles in gas than I actually physically can drive in a day. So when I'm towing something, I don't want to have to try to stop and pull in a gas station. I think it's a pain. So I wish that they would at least know that people are going to be putting these aftermarket gas tanks in, and they would allow you to change the distance to empty. It just, I don't know. You think when you pay 90 grand for a truck, or at least has an MSRP of 90 grand, that something as simple as that they would allow you to do. And why they don't offer a tank upgrade, so the tank that came with it is 32, something like that, 33 gallons. So Titan offers a 51-gallon tank, which it was no big deal to put it in. So why wouldn't Ram offer you a larger gas tank? Doesn't make sense. The last thing I don't like is these mirrors. And these mirrors I know I watched a lot of videos, and people have been bitching about these mirrors for years. Now, the new thing is they made this and this where you can adjust it from inside the cab, and everybody is all gushy about that, and that's a great thing. But I do not like to have in a truck a horizontal mirror. So you got to pull these damn things up, and that's the way a truck mirror should be. However, in everyday driving, it sticks out too far, so I don't keep it like that. But having a vertical mirror in a truck is the only way to go, in my opinion. And then it's actually hard to get used to driving it, flipping it up, flipping it down. And I really don't like driving with the mirrors like this. I don't like the view, but I'm stuck with it. But that's really the only things that I have a problem with the truck. And that would make it, if they could fix those few things, that would make this a 10 out of 10.